Mary J. Blige sang, "How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time? Time to let go." And that's what I want to talk to you today about. You got to know when it is time to let go. Now, I was looking at this Soft White Underbelly channel on YouTube, and the young lady, she was a prostitute, and she was on meth, and she got paid, and people poured into her and was rooting for her the first time, and she ended up giving all the money to her pimp. Then she wanted a life for herself, so she ran away and moved to New Mexico. And then they did an update on her. She looked great. I'm not on drugs, blah, blah, blah. Cool. More people wanted to pour money into her. They were rooting for her. But then, the demons started calling of her past, and she began to move further west. And now she's pregnant. She has a new tattoo on her face. And of the new baby daddy. And she says that the man is in and out. And, she's 5 months pregnant. And she's back to turning tricks at being 5 months pregnant, y'all. People were encouraging her. She said she wanted to start an OnlyFans, and she's just going to stay in New Mexico and be safe and be off drugs and make money out there to take care of herself, doing, feet fetish things and I guess webcam videos, And she had a lot of leads because of the channel. They could follow her and really, really support her. Well, that didn't last long, and again, she moved towards the west in California, and again, she's 5 months pregnant, turning tricks with a new person's name that's in and out of her life tattooed on her face, along with the other man name who was tattooed on her face that may have been her pimp, her previous pimp. And she didn't want to let go, y'all. She didn't love herself enough to let go. And even when she tried, she could not adjust to the change. They say old habits die hard. And what ended up happening is, I believe that fear set in. Fear and loneliness that comes with change began to set in, and she could not adapt. So she wanted to go to what was familiar. And she didn't completely let go. And as of today, the update shows that the young lady is slowly creeping back to her old ways. We don't know if she's on drugs or not. She says she's not. But she's doing everything that she was doing before she left the lifestyle to start a new life in New Mexico. And if she's not on drugs, eventually she will be. Her 2 kids previously were taken away, and they live with a stranger. And now she is pregnant with her 3rd baby. So we'll see how that goes. My whole thing is letting go. You have to let go. You have to love yourself enough to let go. You guys, I've let go of some very, very things that were dear to me and important to me. And it's been 2 years. And I'm not going to say I haven't been scared. I can't say that I did not break down. I can't say that there would be times where my mind would wonder, what if I stayed? What if things have gotten better? Because, I was like, well, shoot, by me leaving, yes, I do have peace of mind. But at times I get lonely. But I enjoy peace so much more than the chaotic past that I was in. It kind of keeps me grounded, and I feel some sort of sanctity, and I feel safe. I feel safer. I feel like I'm actually in the will of God. I feel like I'm in a holding place where God is working with me because he wants to be able to trust me with the things he's going to bless me with. And if God had given it to me that first year of me going through my change and making up my mind to let go of the things of the past, I'm sure I would have taken all the blessings that God had given me, and I would call up the people of the past and hobnob with them and put myself to be used and squander away all my riches and my talents to the very people that God allowed the doors to shut on. And I would probably be poor, broke, and broken. But as of right now, as of today, I can say that I am healing. I'm a lot stronger and wiser. Am I happy all the time? No, I'm not happy. Am I content? No, I'm beginning to get anxious because now I'm like, now that I'm healing up, what's next? I need to be busy. I need to work towards my goals so that I could be in a different tax bracket, so that I could be in a different world and sit at the table with different people and begin to just congregate with a different set of people that can encourage me to do better and just to network and walk through doors that were meant to open. You know, there's a reason why there's a key to the penthouse. But you got to go through all the levels to get to that penthouse. And even if you get one floor beneath the penthouse, you can't get off and find some stairs to get to the penthouse. It's just not going to work. You have to have a key. And God has got to trust you with that key. But in order for him to trust you, you have to be willing to say yes to him. You have to be willing to really let go and trust him. And it is really a process, okay? Because I'm not going to say that I didn't lose some things when I trusted him and I said, yeah, well, I trust you. You know, but even when I began to lose things, I was scared, but God would just show up. He would send people. He would send favor. And he would allow me to land in a safe and secure space on my 2 feet, y'all. I'm talking about miracles have happened on my behalf because I've been obedient and I feel like I'm in a safe space because I let go. And sometimes, you know, if you don't let go, that very thing that you're holding on could kill you. It could drain you of your life. It could drain you. It's almost like electrocute you. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's not worth it, y'all. I've seen a lot of people hold on to relationships that have drained them of their youth and beauty and looks, that have drained them of their will. They have nothing left for themselves because they've put so much into their partner. And once their partner got better and things got better for them and they were in a better situation, they ended up leaving that person, and the person has hair loss or gain weight or just don't have a will to do for themselves because they put everything in this person. They invested everything in that person, hoping that person would return the favor or be able to provide for them a better life. They thought that they were investing in the future. It's kind of like Dame Dash invested a lot of time and energy. And I'm not saying that Dame Dash did everything right, because a lot of people would say he was with that nigga business. But he worked with Jay-Z, and he invested his time, his money, his energy. He shook hands. He exposed Jay-Z and walked Jay-Z through doors that Jay-Z could have never walked through by himself. Only for Jay-Z to leave him and blow up and be a billionaire and say nothing. And not even look back and keep living. And it happens to the best of us. We have such good intentions. But a lot of us have a God complex, like we could just save people. And we could just renew them of their strength and give them what they need to keep on running and winning the race. And we feel like, oh, once they win that race and get those Nike endorsements and win that gold medal, that they're going to turn around and grab our hands and pull us up and take care of us too. But be prepared that if you don't let go and you invest such energy and time in another, that it just might not end or work for you in that manner. And you feel robbed. You feel robbed of your time, your youth. You feel robbed of your opportunities because you say, damn, I could have been working on myself. And for those who are listening right now, it's not too late. This is a word for you to tell you that it's not too late to let go and begin to move forward in your own life and invest in your own life. It's not too late, you guys. It's not too late to go back to school. It's not too late to start reading books. It's not too late to start eating differently, to change your regiment. It's not too late to repair your credit or get a second job if you need to, or start that business or that hustle. It's not too late, y'all. Invest in yourselves. Let go of the things that no longer serve you and invest in yourself to be the best you that you could be. I've been to too many churches, and I know I can tell what pastor is studying, what pastor is regurgitating what was once said by someone else who actually studied, and what pastor is just winging it and that just wants to talk and wants to be heard. And that's cool and everything, but when your spirit wants to be fed and nourished, and you yourself are worshiping and having devotion every day, you develop a spirit of discernment. And when you go to fellowship with these churches and you listen to the ministers or the pastors that are up there, you can tell who's invested in their ministry, who's invested in their walk with Christ, who's taken the time to read and study the word to show themselves approved. You can tell in the growth of the ministry and the growth of the people. You can see who has the fruits of the Spirit. If your pastor, if the congregation is not showing the fruits of the Spirit, something is wrong. There's no way you've been in there 30 years plus and you can't quote a scripture if you needed to, if it saved your life, that you can't even come to your children, your grandchildren, and minister to them the word of God and preach John 3:16 and offer them salvation and conversion over to Christ. If you can't do those things and you've been in the same ministry 20, 30 years, it's time to go. And sure, feeding the homeless is cool. And singing holiday songs at the local mall and the most beautiful choir robes, that's all well and good. But can you get down in the trenches? Can you fight spiritually? You can't fight spiritually when you don't have any ammo, y'all. When you're not prepared because you have no word. You have to ask God, as I study this word, write it upon my heart that I may not sin against it. But not only that, you ask that the word land on good ground to where it can grow and you can bear the fruits of the Spirit. And people that don't even know you, that don't even know that you're saved, they feel it. They know that there's something about you and they're drawn onto you because of it. And you should be able to share your light. So I'm speaking to you in the spirit and in the physical, you guys. If it doesn't serve you, move on. If your relationship is not serving you, move on. If your church ministry is not serving you, move on. If your job is not serving you, I've been in the same position at my job for 10 years. I have not grown. I have not been offered any other positions. Well, let me just take that back. I've been offered other positions and I was excited to take them. But because through those tumultuous 10 years that I've stood up for myself and I said, no, I'm not going to allow you to speak to me that way. No, I'm not going to allow you to talk to me that way, to follow me, to harass me. And I started a paper trail. Anytime I wanted to grow and take the opportunity to move forward or perhaps move away from the location that I am currently at, someone from management would run interference and I would no longer hear a follow-up about it. I was blocked. And the person that would say, that would try to recruit me and say, you'll be all great. I would call that telephone number on that business card and I would get nothing. I would email and I would get no reply. And then there would be times where I would see them visiting the location after they specifically seemed as though they were desired to handpick me. And they would walk the other way and avoid me. So the job is no longer serving me. I can no longer grow there. So I have to choose other avenues and tie up loose ends so that I can move forward. The relationship that I was in was no longer serving me. We were no longer growing. We were more growing apart than together. We didn't speak on the future. I didn't feel like he wanted to invest in a future with me. I felt as though the gentleman wanted me to do all the work and be great. on some little red hen philosophy, like, let me do all the work, and then once I bake the bread, after I tilled the ground and grew and brought it in and sift the wheat and did everything, the hard work, the laboring that I needed to do, once I began to reap benefits, I really felt like that person was waiting around for the benefits. But when you let go and you let God and you allow God to do the work in you and really, really begin to minister to your heart and mind, the taste for these people, the taste of familiarity becomes very bitter, and you don't want it. I remember everybody wanted to drink Moscato. It was just the newest wine, and it was very, very sweet and high in calories and sugar. And then later on, we find that Moscato was just, it wasn't that, it was kind of like a beginner's wine. And all the people, Stella Rosa. Now, those who really, really are wine connoisseurs, when you sip on Stella Rosa, as I have, it tastes like a sparkling Kool-Aid with a hint of alcohol. I mean, to me, it's not even where I would rather have a wine cooler. Well, all I'm saying is, once you've tasted the heavens of what the Father wants to give you, and God has taken you upstairs and given you the key to the penthouse, where you could see panoramic views of the city and the natural lighting and the beautiful floors and the high ceilings, and you're up top. Why would you want to try to drag people that don't want to go, that don't want to grow? Why? Sometimes you can't take them. You can't take them with you. And there's a character in the Bible by the name of Achan. He was disobedient, and he burned everything connected to him, burned his children, his wife, everything, because it was disobedient. And he couldn't go with his brother. And there was Lot. Lot was moving forward, but his wife got scared, and she turned back, and they say she turned into a pillar of salt. Move forward, you guys. Press on. Let go and let God. I'm Nikki St. Clair. Thank you so much for choosing this time to listen in. And I ask that you have a better relationship spiritually with God. Read a scripture every day. Listen to your favorite worship song. Everything would take almost, 15 minutes. And you got 15 minutes for God. Surely you got 15 minutes for God, right? And ask Him to help you to let go of the hard. Ask Him to help you with the hard things. The fear, the doubt, the what ifs. And He'll do it. But you have to be obedient. And you have to trust in Him. I'm Nikki St. Clair. Thank you so much for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.